here in the Norman area. I'm just gonna head into Norman and see if we can find anything out here. There's a house over here. I want to look at that driveway real quick, Francisco. If we come the driveway to the right, yeah, right there. So this house, beautiful home out here in southwest Norman. But this driveway, every time it rains real heavy out here, it floods, and it kind of keeps them at home or keeps them away because they're not able to get through that high water unless they have a high profile vehicle. But this is just one area that floods quite a bit out here in the Norman area. And then right underneath us, there's an area that's flooded. And they do have the lanes shut down. They've got a barricade up on both east and west of this area of flooding. And we're coming around on it right now. Right there, there's a car that looks like it may have stalled out trying to drive through it. They do have it closed, but vehicles have been driving around those barricades and making their way through this high water. Not recommended really at all, but the higher profile vehicles are the ones that are making it through there with less trouble. That's for sure. We had crews around the Norman area, and there's a wrecker. It looks like there's a wrecker right there that's going to head down there to go get that vehicle. And we had crews around the Norman area that were driving around, taking a look at a lot of flooding around the campus area and in a lot of the city streets because of the heavy rains that came through here. You can see, I don't know who that officer is, probably Norman Police, but they're going to head down there to assist with getting that vehicle from that high water. I'm flying a little bit to the south of Norman right now, just because there's some areas I know where there's a creek that kind of runs through here, and it floods every once in a while. It's right underneath us. Down to the left, Francisco. It's down in the tree. Yeah, okay, so I don't know where you are. Come right down to the right there. Zoom in to the left a little bit more, right behind that house. In those trees, just zoom in right there. You can see there's water down underneath those trees. And as I come around on the other side of it, it's up around the base of those trees, and it gives you a good indication of how high the kind of the water's gotten in that area. And it's still moving. You can see how it's moving through that area. These are backyards. This is not the creek. This is actually backyards that the water has kind of overtaken. And this creek runs through this neighborhood. And you can continue to follow it, Francisco. Just kind of follow it up to the right there. So you can see it's a relatively small creek, but when it rains this hard in this area, it definitely rises up into some of these backyards, into some of these driveways, but it kind of just snakes its way through the Norman area. So let's just keep following that creek around. It kind of goes into the trees now, but then once it gets over here to this next street, which I believe is Main Street, and it crosses underneath Main Street, you can see how much it's flowing right there. These are some high waters, and so this is very, very important. Those of you that are watching us on Facebook Live or the KOCO mobile app and you have kids, please do not let them go into this high water. It's moving rapidly enough that it can sweep them away, and it really creates a life or death situation. So please do not let your kids play in these creeks like this that have swollen because of the high rains. Keep going down the creek, Francisco, and you'll see how rapidly this water is moving right there. So look how much water is being moved in this creek area. And this is, like I said before, this is not usually this deep. I mean, there might be a little bit of water that flows through this, and sometimes not any water at all. But with these heavy rains, it's definitely all of the water that's running off of these neighborhoods through the drains into this drainage, and this makes its way all the way to the river. And I'm going to come back around. There's a home over here, Francisco. It looks like it's got some flooding up and to the left, right there, that red roof, top middle. Look at all the water around this house here. So, high enough that it's staying out of, the water staying out of the house, but still plenty of water in the yard, up around the base of the trees, maybe across their driveway, but they're going to have to wait. It's a beautiful home, really nice pool, but definitely a lot of water surrounding the house, creating kind of a moat. They've kind of got a moat around their house. I'm going to go over to where that creek flows into the river. I'm going to try to see where that is. I have no idea where that thing goes. It looks like it goes way over. But the river is up. Definitely a lot of water in the river right now, and also not a place to play when the water is moving that quickly, and that there's so much power in the movement of water like this that it's very, very easy to get swept away with that rapidly moving water. Where does that creek go? Oh, it goes right through. I think it goes to the trees and then just kind of into the river right here. Yeah, this is where it flows into the river, just to the left. I think. I may be wrong. That's weird. I have no idea where it goes. Oh, it goes in. Yeah, it goes into those trees right there, and then. No, I really have no idea where it goes. Oh, there it goes. All right, yeah. So it snakes around through here, and then back where that one house was that we were looking at. Flowing right there next to that house. And then down here underneath us, and then into the river. Kind of into just a low area down here, but eventually making its way to the river. There you go. That's it right there. Yep, and then flows right into the river right down here where it bends, right before you get to the Highway 9 I-35 intersection or interchange. A lot of water, man. There's so much water in this river right now. And that's from the rains we had yesterday, the rains we had today. I mean, Norman got a ton of rain throughout the morning up until just about 30 minutes ago. It's still raining a little bit. I mean, it's sprinkling, but it's not the torrential downpour that we had earlier with all the lightning. Had some hail in it with damaging winds. But our crews were on the ground taking a look at all of that this morning.